Hello, today is Friday, July 29th, and this is Friday 5 at 5 with the Denver Public Library. My name is Erin. I'm a librarian at DPL's Central Library, and in 15 minutes or less, we'll have you up to speed on 5 new titles out this month that we can't wait for you to read or listen to. Denver Days is a local tradition celebrating its 10th year in 2022, designed to facilitate connections between Denverites through lively gatherings at the end of each summer. DPL's 27 branches can't thrive without their unique neighborhood communities, so join us in celebrating our neighbors during Denver Days. We have fun events throughout the city all week long, from ice cream socials to yoga classes to historic walks down South Broadway. Go to denverlibrary.org/denverdays to see what's happening in your corner of the city. Stay cool with what we're watching. Join film professor John Anzalone for an in-depth virtual look at The Clockmaker of St. Paul. Directed by Bertrand Tavernier, watch this award-winning crime drama on Canopy with your library card, then join us online for the discussion. Event link below with Zoom info for how to join what we're watching. And let's get to the books. If you enjoy stories that run the gamut from historical to modern to futuristic, all which share imaginative ideas and characters you will adore or love to hate, check out Lost in the Archives by E. Saxey. Consisting of 16 short stories previously published between 2015 and 2020, this book feels completely of the moment. There is a preoccupation with the slipperiness of identity and place that suffuses many of the stories. Characters are queer, both in the sense of being non-heteronormative and in the sense of being defined by absence and uncertainty. Some stories end happily, others not so happily. Sunlight harvesting goes awry in Sunslick. Mentally bonding with animals comes at a cost in Red Kite Kindred. And characters seek to commune with angels in A Marvelous Neutrality. The collection delivers wonderfully distinct narrative voices and a vast array of speculative ideas, which, even when wildly inventive and unfamiliar, all stem from grounded human struggles. From publisher Lethe Press and available at DPL in print. 2 other short story collections to try, which balance on the edge of being human. How about The Relive Box by T. Courgheson Boyle, a master of the form, and Tyler Barton's Eternal Night at the Nature Museum, his quirky and mischievous debut. The opioid crisis that is ravaging communities and has claimed the lives of more than 600,000 Americans since 2010 was fueled by some of America's largest corporations. A particularly gripping thread of the narrative follows the heroic efforts of whistleblower Joseph T. Renassisi, a retired and ostracized member of the DEA who called out both the amorality of the drug industry and the inefficacy of his former employer. Also striking are the descriptions of certain loosely regulated Florida clinics, which attracted enormous and sometimes unruly crowds of clients from across the country. From Publisher 12 and available at DPL in print and as an ebook and audio ebook through Overdrive. For the frontline view on this national killer, pick up Killing Season, a paramedic's dispatches from the front lines of the opioid epidemic by Peter Canning. Or, for the story of one small town's fight to keep opioids out of their community, take a look at Death in Mudlick, a coal country fight against the drug companies that delivered the opioid epidemic by Eric Eyre. Fire Season by Lena Crowell opens just before one of the most impactful events of Spokane, Washington's history, the Great Fire of 1889. More than 30 blocks of downtown were decimated as hot August wind fanned the flames across the city's mostly wooden infrastructure. While devastating to residents and business owners, cleanup and reconstruction of the city began almost immediately, this time with more fire resistant brick and stone. However, the fire also provided opportunities for two unscrupulous men and one ethically ambivalent woman. On the verge of statehood, Washington Territory is ripe for exploitation by these three drifters: a local banker who wants to be more respected and important than he is, a con man looking to run another con while he hides from his past, and a woman with a special talent that could change everything if she masters it. And they seize the opportunity to remake themselves. How they do that, who they trust and who they betray, and the aftermath of their decision is the basis of this quirky, fun Western debut. From publisher Viking and available at DPL in print and as an ebook and audio ebook through Overdrive. For an intriguing look at a world where visions and fire intersect, try The Living Sea of Waking Dreams by Australian author Richard Flanagan. Or dive into the world of Keystone, West Virginia in A Hanging at Cinder Bottom by M. Glenn Taylor, where the local madam and a poker player pull their own The Sting style heist. James Spooner is a Los Angeles artist and activist who may be best known as director of the documentary Afropunk, a film that focuses on the experience of Black punks. Similarly, in his new graphic novel, The High Desert, Spooner uses his visual art skills to tell the autobiographical story of a young Black punk rocker growing up in small-town USA. While his dealings with parents, school authorities, peers, bands, and drugs are ultimately eclipsed by the enduring grasp of American racism, Spooner tells a story that's just as compelling and relatable as it is substantial. The pages of The High Desert are visually stunning. Spooner's graphic style takes notes from modern comics and graphic novels, as well as more traditional Marvel and DC style publications, resulting in a style that is unique yet familiar and aesthetically is very pleasing. From publisher HarperCollins and available at DPL in print. Discover more about the Afropunk movement with a viewing of Polystyrene, I Am a Cliché on Canopy, or visit our Central Library and ask to get a look at Den Void and the Cowtown Punks, a collection of stories from the 80s Denver punk scene by Bob Rob Medina, part of DPL's Special Collections and available for viewing in the Western History Outpost on Floor 1. Andrew Sean Greer's 2018 title, Less, won a Pulitzer Prize, so expectations are high for his follow-up, Less is Lost. It's not due out until September, but I'm recommending you get on the holds list now. Is middle-aged white gay man contemporary fiction a thing? If so, Greer nails it. This sequel to his earlier satirical novel Less tracks the now published author on a road trip with a human-like black pug, Dolly, and a rusty camper van nicknamed Rosina. He grows a handlebar mustache, ditches his signature gray suit, and disguises himself in the bolero and cowboy hat costume of a true United Statesian, much to the amusement of his younger partner, Freddie, who narrates. Greer has the unique and uncanny ability to write with lightness and humor while shining spotlights on quintessential elements of human experience, like love, aging, and family. Less is Lost, much like its predecessor, will have you rolling on the floor laughing, wiping away tears, and pausing to think about your own relationship to love, life, and society. From publisher Little Brown and available at DPL to put on hold. Are you intrigued by the book business? Give The Last Book Party by Karen Dukas a spin, or for a trip back in time and across the pond, pick up The Paris Bookseller by Carrie Maher, a fictional account of young American Sylvia Beach's experience opening Shakespeare and Company on a quiet street in Paris in 1919. And, in case you missed it, okay, we already gave you a handful of short story collection, but this one has ice cream, and it has been so hot in Denver lately. Gods of Want by K. Ming Chang. In Auntland, a stream of aunts adjust to American life by sneaking kisses from women at a temple and buying tubs of vanilla ice cream to prep for citizenship tests. As if it was so easy. Lurid, funny, strange, and deftly sorrowing, K. Ming Chang is an important new voice. Each story is possessed of a powerful hunger, a drive to metabolize the recognizable features of a familiar world and transform them into something wilder and achingly alive. Surreal and seductive, brimming with moths, myths, and mothers, nine-headed birds, ghost cousins, and storm chasers, Gods of Want is a startling first collection of short stories from a rising talent. From publisher One World, an imprint of Penguin Random House, and available at DPL in print and as an ebook and audio ebook through Overdrive. Brain freeze! Here's a really cool title to dig into from our children's collection. Moon Pops by Hina Baek, a witty, weird, and wonderful spin on a classic Korean folktale. And get on the front line with A Game of Cones by Abby Collette, a charming mystery series set in an ice cream shop where no case is too cold to crack. Don't wait another month to get the lowdown on more great reads and listens. Take a minute and visit DPL's recommendations page, which is constantly updated with new book lists, staff picks, and court collections. Link below. You might even want to request a personalized reading list while you're there. And that's it for this month. Thanks for tuning in to Denver Public Library's Friday 5 at 5. We hope you enjoy these great reads and listens. Check out or place a hole on these titles and a whole lot more right now at denverlibrary.org. Be sure to tune in next month for a whole new batch of recommended reads. Bye!